And we have one of the better matchups of the year here. We have this Ravens versus the Steelers. Baltimore being favored by 3.5 and the over-under being 49.5. Ravens coming off a close win to the Bengals. I don't want to see the Bengals handing them that win, but the Bengals deciding to go for the 2-point conversion instead of kicking the extra point was just stupid. So credit to the Ravens, though. They stopped the Bengals from them converting the 2-point conversion, and they win the game. So good for them. But as we all know, it's been like this all year. The Ravens secondary sucks ass. Jamar Chase just lit up the Baltimore Ravens secondary. Joe Burrow was lighting them up from every corner and every inch of the field. I don't know. I can't see this, going to the playoffs and them winning if they can't patch up the secondary or change something, because it is god awful. It's one of the worst secondaries I've ever seen. But the Ravens pull off a win besides their terrible secondary. And, the Ravens still have a really great offense themselves. They have the MVP favorite, Lamar Jackson. He is straight up killing it. He's running less and less the last few weeks, so I kind of wonder if there's something wrong with him. But, I think that, don't want to speculate, but he is running less. They have Derrick Henry. He's killing it, over 1,000 yards rushing. The guy's a bulldozer. Zay Flowers over 600 yards. Bateman's over 500, and Mark Andrews over 300 yards. So a good core. And Deontay Johnson, the wide receiver they traded for, he's just going to learn. He's going to be better at learning the playbook as each week passes. So, he'll get integrated into this system soon enough. So they still have a dynamic offense. Their rush defense is the best in the league. But like I said, their secondary is just god awful. The Ravens are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Steelers, so that's not good if you're a Ravens bettor. The Steelers looks like they have their number. And let's talk about the Steelers. They're coming off a good win against the Commanders. I had the Steelers plus the 3 points, so good win for the Commanders. Good win for the Steelers. I'm sorry. They shut down the Commanders, Jaden Daniels running game. They held Jaden Daniels to only 5 yards rushing, which is good to know. Good to see, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the best teams at stopping the run. And the Ravens, they're going to want to run the football. So if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers bettor, that's good, because you want the Pittsburgh Steelers to hold Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And by the way, Derrick Henry has never rushed 100 yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he's played the Steelers a lot before, because he was on the Tennessee Titans. So keep that in mind. He hasn't done too well against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like I said, they held Jaden Daniels to 0 touchdowns, so that's really something to see. Russell Wilson, he had a decent game against the Commanders. He threw for 195 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. He's been pretty great. They've won every game he has started at. Since he started at the quarterback, they have won every game. So he has added more juice, more than Justin Fields himself, to this team. So it looks like it was a good decision for Mike Tomlin to start Russell Wilson. Like I said, they still have a great defense. They have TJ Watt. Their defensive tackle, though, is one of their best defensive tackles, is out for this game. I think he might be in the IR, but they did trade for Preston Smith from the Packers, so that kind of helps with that injury. So they still have a stellar defense, so I have no problem thinking they can still get to the quarterback and stop the run. But this is the classic great defense, the Steelers, versus a great offense in the Ravens, and who's going to win? It's an unmovable object versus an unstoppable force. So it's going to be a great game. Here's some betting facts for you. Wilson is 3-0 as a starter, like I said. Baltimore has covered the spread in each of their last 6 road games against teams that have a winning record, and the Steelers have won each of their last 5 games as underdogs against the Ravens. So this is a tug-of-war match right here. Both these teams are, all these stats are pointing out they could beat each other, but who's going to win? This is a great matchup. I will always take the Mike Tomlin. He's the king of the underdogs against the spread. So I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers plus the 3 points, and I'm going to take under 49.5. I kind of lean towards the under being the best play here. So I like the Steelers +3, but I think the best bet here is actually the under 49.5. So it's going to be a great matchup. Great matchup. Whoever wins this game, they're fighting for the first place in the AFC North. So this game has a lot of meaning to it. And I can't wait to watch it. But like I said, I like the Steelers +3, but I think the best bet is under 49.5.